Alright guys, here we go. We're over here on the home place. We get this knocked down, dressed up, tracked in. You get to walk behind here, fire it up, and take you guys up road up here where we're gonna park it at for now. And we'll throw this baby out of gear. Make sure she'll start. It always does, so shouldn't be a problem. Turn the choke on. That's a one-pole bandit. Code-natured little motor though, but it's okay. I got you started. I'll probably put you on the front of it, take it up the road, and y'all can kind of watch out. But anyway, hang tight, weenies. I got something good coming up right here for you. Yeah, one more thing, guys. I about forgot to put this part in here. I'll put this clip at the first of the video. One of the good things about this machine is that it was bought here in the U.S. from a dealer. As you all know, it's a Groundhog model. There's several dealers around here. Groundhog, Cameron would probably carry pretty much the same parts. But I always go back to Groundhog and get my parts there in Pennsylvania. So they can ship me the parts in about 2 or 3 days. And, you know, usually anywhere from 4 to 5 days I can have whatever I order. Whether it be a bucket, a cylinder, a track, hoses, whatever it is, you know. So that's one good thing. There is local parts that I can order. And you can order a lot of this stuff off of Amazon for these machines. So you can get parts for them. That was the worry when I first bought it. But it turns out that they're really good about that. Pretty good customer service. That was a Groundhog dealer in Pennsylvania. So Nick Hackenberg at Groundhog Equipment in Pennsylvania. Middlesburg, Pennsylvania, I think. I actually went there and picked it up. About 1,200 mile round trip for me. So just figured I'd drop that in here. Y'all wanted a video on the upgrades to the Groundhog and modifications. We'll start out. First things first, the canopy broke off. There's a video on my channel about that, the story of what happened there. We did modify it, welded it, reinforced it back here where it was broke. That was one of the major issues. It kept breaking off. So we got that fixed. The exhaust was a problem. That was a little modification that we done. We made that hole bigger. I had an exhaust tip in there, but I didn't put any lock washers or anything on the bolts, and they come out. And it fell off here a while back, but that helps get the heat out. This is the second set of tracks that it's had put on it since I've had it. It had the pair that come on it, and then this pair. These seem to be better quality than the first pair. So that's kind of upgraded. The seat, as y'all know, is an upgrade. The switch that they put in them from China was junk. We upgraded that. This particular model did not have a choke lever on it from factory. We put one on it. And a few little odds and ends here and there. The motor has been upgraded. The Briggs & Stratton blew up at 1,000 hours. We put the Predator. That's a 459cc, which is 15.8 horsepower. That's been added recently. We wrapped the exhaust with heat wrap, as you can see right there. That helps a bunch. We installed the fan on it on the switch over on the other side here, as you guys can see, and that works great. There's the switch for it. It blows through the side vents, so that was a little upgrade. And that's pretty much covering the base end of it back here. We modified these levers. I've seen another guy on here do this, so I done this too. I kind of copied his idea and bought these. I bought this one, it was straight. I bent it and modified it for the thumb because I didn't like reaching down there and working on that. But there's some more. The light upgrade. This is the light up there. This is originally where the air meter's at. It's down in there now. But last time I looked, 1,700 airs on this machine. Actually, it's a little over that. This one here is your boom light. It does work. So, you weenies hang tight. I'll be back with you here in a minute and I'll let you know what else is on from there. Okay, guys. Ooh, our little man lift's full of water, looks like. Anyway, back to this thing. Back to what I was saying about the upgrades. I think we covered all this back here and the lights. I added that light. Originally, all it had was the boom light right there. I have put a new cylinder on it. Put some new hoses on it here and there. I'm not exactly sure which ones. Put that one on it new. I put a couple hoses on it, not sure where all at. One on the undercarriage, one on the blade. The bolt come out of one of them on the blade. So the thumb, a lot of people think that I modified that thumb. That thumb, no, I didn't modify it. We'll get to that in a minute. One upgrade recently, and y'all seen the video, was the quick attach. Why I didn't do that 2.5 years ago, I don't know. I've had this machine a total of 3 years. It's got, the last time I looked, I think it's 1,762 hours. So the grease fittings, I never did change. I I did a couple of them. I put some regular grease shirts in it, and the grease fitting for those will work on them. You just got to be sure to get in the center of them and get on the ball. Other than that, pretty good, but that's the modifications. Goodness gracious, he's grinding up rocks. But that's the modifications, the upgrades. We had to rewire part of it when we put this motor in. It was a little different wiring. I don't know what he's up there done, but it sounds rough. But anyway, so it's got several upgrades, several little modifications that's just kind of sleek. You don't really notice too much. Like these levers here, you don't really pay attention to them until you get on one that don't have that. Then you're like, holy crap, different, I gotta get my exhaust tip put back on there, but between the heat wrap and the fan, so much cooler than it used to be. It's great. I mean, it really helped it. The seat is much better. That seat is tremendous, guys. You get on Amazon, you can order this seat. It's a forklift seat. They're like $80. So, it seems a little flimsy, but it's doing for now. So we'll see what it does. If it lasts as long as the other one, I'll have no complaints whatsoever. I've got to get my next upgrade is going to be my quick couplers on here, so I can just unsnap them and hook a hammer up, and that'll make that part better. Everybody says that the Chinese excavators are bad. They say that, they're junk, This machine has over 1,700 hours on it. Probably knocking on 1,800 right now. I've not looked in a while, but it's knocking on 1,800 hours. I mean, the Briggs & Stratton blowed up at 1,000 hours, and it had a hard life. You can go back and watch through the videos and see that it worked. We didn't take it easy on it. I had to change that cylinder because I blew the end out of it, which it wasn't because it was junk. It was because of what I was doing with it. And this hose here was almost too short because this is a newer style cylinder, and it's supposed to be for down here, not up there. So they sent me the wrong cylinder. They got mixed up on that somehow. Don't know how that happened, but it did. But it's okay. It's been working for now. The bads, guys, one of the bad things about this machine, you can't get to the battery without taking all this off, taking the floorboard off. You got to take the roll cage, the canopy. We won't call it a roll cage. We'll call it a canopy. All that is a sunshade. If you turned over, it would probably crush you and kill you. But you can't get to the battery unless you take all that loose and take a floor plate out. That's a downfall. That I don't like. The ventilation on this machine, it sucks. That's just all you can say about it. But it was one of the first models, and they were just kind of getting them worked out at that time. And, whatever. That's okay. Hackenberg said he hated this model machine. He's probably, if he's watched this one, he's probably thinking, dang, man, that was the best one we sold. But, I don't know. I don't know what kind of service people's had out of the other ones. This one's been great. The sheet metal's a little flimsy on them, which, I've been in the trees and stumps and you name it, it's broke right here. From putting chains and binders across it and stuff, plus trees hitting it. I had a big limb to smack this other side over here. It broke and smacked it and bent it in right there. But, that's part of it, whatever. Vibration on this machine's not been too bad. Been able to keep the bolts and everything tight for the most part. Another downfall of this machine is this right here. It really needed another brace welded in here to keep it from spreading apart. A lot of people think that I've modified it this way, but I have not. It's bent over time. Picking up rock and stuff, seems like when you're getting rock it bends worse. That's why it's bent like it is right now. Up there on the road job picking the rocks up, we bent it pretty good. And another thing that I don't have no complaints about is the teeth and these side cutters on the bucket. Everybody talks about breaking the teeth and da-da-da-da-da. I have never broke one of them teeth, and I have done some unreal stuff with this outfit, and I don't know how I've not broke one, but I've not. So that's been great. There's no stress cracks in the welds nowhere. We've looked at everything. Pretty happy with all that. The canopy, like I said, that's a sunshade. It's not for protection whatsoever, but it does keep sunlight off your head. So it would probably help, if a limb fell out. Kind of like another guy on here, he got a video posted where a limb fell out and hit him. He thought it was a good idea to take it off and leave it off, and he found out different. So, not really. But, yeah, so that's that. There's, stupid stuff like that right there. The canopy, that thumb bending, it's just little nicks, The ventilation could have been better. But like I said, guys, you can't knock them for it. This was one of the first models that's trying to get it figured out. As far as the framework, the undercarriage, no problems. It's been great. Another thing that kind of is on the downside that I don't like is the blade. It's a heavy-duty blade. It's reinforced. I love that. It's not just a little flat piece of metal sticking out there like some of them have. But when you set the blade down, like if you're on concrete or even on the trailer, I'll show you sometime on the trailer. When you set the blade down, this side will touch the trailer, and this side's 3/4 of an inch up off of the trailer. So, when they welded it together, I guess it wasn't setting exactly level or whatever, but whatever, it's okay. It kind of kicks the dirt to one side, and I figured it out, and I figured out how to use it now, and it's fine. Whatever. Don't bother me a bit. But like I said, there's some upgrades, some modifications, there's some downfalls. There's a lot of good about these machines. The undercarriage has been great. I've not had any problems. The welds on the boom and the frame and everything, they're great. I've not had any problems. I like the way these have the gussets. They're reinforced at every joint. They're reinforced right there. This one's reinforced. So I like that part about it a whole lot. Like the lay flat thumb. That is one very, very good thing that I like, and it's hydraulic thumb. That's the deal breaker, guys. If you ever run into one that don't have that, I wouldn't buy it. I don't like the standard thumb. They're in the way. They don't do like they should. I don't like them. I wouldn't have one of them. If I bought a machine that had one on it, I'd take it off, throw it in the garbage. I actually thought about trying to buy another one of these machines. I probably could, and I don't know. If I do, I'll probably put the hammer on it and leave the hammer on it all the time, so it probably wouldn't be getting used very much at all. And when it did get used, it'd have a hard life. So, whatever. But there it is. That's the mods and the updates to the Groundhog and the downfalls. There's more good than bad. Lifting capacity pulling capacity, pushing capacity, whatever you want to call it. I have no complaints at all about this machine as far as that goes. None whatsoever. So, these hoses sticking out, that's kind of a little bit of aggravating thing, but guys, that's part of it. Everything can't be perfect. We're not, none of us perfect, and it ain't gonna be perfect. So that's just the way it is. But there it is. Y'all wanted the video, you wanted to know about it. And those tracks was ordered, I forget what the website was we ordered them from. You'd have to go back and watch the video on it. I think we give like $350 or $360 for those tracks total. Maybe it was less than that. Maybe been $320 for both of them. But they've been a better quality. They've lasted better than the other ones, and been great so far. I like the manual tension setup. In some ways I don't. So far I've dealt with it. Been all right. Been pretty good. But yeah, I was trying to make sure, guys, that I ain't missed anything. I think that's about it, really. As far as any upgrades or anything, I think I covered everything there, and pretty good. So this thing, on the other hand, it does its job, and it'll wear you out, but it works. So, we're over on the home place, guys. Looks like it might be going to come a little rain. If it does, it'll be great, because it's 94 degrees here. It feels like 102 right now. So very, very hot. We're here on the home place. We got our stockpile pipe here. We're working on cleaning this up for equipment lot, and been loading scrap metal today, matter of fact. So looking pretty good, getting better. We need to turn that cart over and get the water out of it, though. That won't be good for it sitting there with water in it like that. It'll rust out real quick. So I may try to turn that over here in a few minutes, dump the water out of it for him. We don't want it rusting through. But walk behind doing good. Groundhog, you got the update on that. And hope everybody enjoys the video. I wish I had more for you, but I don't right now. You weenies stay tuned in. We'll have more later this week. And hope everybody enjoys. Stay cool, guys. Don't overheat yourself. You weenies keep cranking. We'll catch you in the next one.